And this is Sean Robinson. We're back from break. And, before we talk about Rob and Sophie, let's bring out Kay, everybody. Kay.
Let me on this stage.
Oh, wow, Kay, that's a strong voice.
I just want to say,
Kay, yeah, is there anything?
Number one.
Yes, Kay.
I want to clear something up right away.
Sure, Kay, go ahead.
I am 100% straight. I am very straight.
Excuse
I don't
me.
want to do things with
Like-
titties. I don't, how they bounce around and
Yeah, you mean you don't
roll around on your chest and how round they are and how the nipple kind of shines in the light.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do with a vagina?
Yeah.
It's just like so soft and, you know what? I'm just being a good friend. I'm being I'm empathetic. So sometimes my best friend, I feel everything she's feeling.
I see that. Yeah.
I feel it. And when she's sad, I'm sad. That's how empathy works.
Oh, okay.
And when
Thank you.
she's horny and she wants to watch Bound with Gina Gershon like 5 times, I'm there for her. Humping the bed.
Sounds
But
straight
I'm
to
very,
me,
very
yeah.
straight.
Okay.
People think I'm bisexual. Can you believe that? What about me is bisexual? It's not my vibe at all. Why is everybody looking at me like that?
We're going to have to leave this here.
You want to watch Jennifer's body?
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Death ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day Beyonce. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes.
Let's love.
Boy.
I
died. I mean.
I'm an empath.
Oof.
I love when someone screams, I'm an empath. It's my favorite thing.
I hate that poor Sophie's just surrounded by narcissists. Bless her heart. Like, she
And
can't.
horrible. Like, I guarantee you, everyone in this woman's life she spends time with, she's drawn to them. She needs to be
She
with
doesn't
someone who
recognize her
enables
pattern.
her. It's either complete and utter enablers or narcissists. There's never the twain shall meet.
This is your tell-all part 2. This is Happily Ever After. This is Hey Tell-all part 3. Part 3.
I knew Kay would pay off.
Oh, yeah. This is season 8, episode 22, by the way. Kay. Boy.
Why do people think I'm bisexual? It's not my dyed hair or my kind of weird goth girl vibe or me
That I
lovingly caress.
talk about hating men all the time.
Or the fact that she said she would date Sophie.
Yes. Like boy, I don't know.
What am I going
know-
to do with titties? Just bat them around the cat toys? Sounds
I
good.
don't know who's in more denial, her or Angela. That's a good question. Whoa.
And the thing is, like, she should have said it's not a big deal if I am bi or the thing about it, what was funny about it is how adamant was she. Like, I am very straight.
Oh, yes. I remember it sounded like me in high school. I'm not gay. That's fine if they want to be that way, but that's not me.
Is that what she said?
Well, people would ask me.
They asked you.
No one ever asked you if you were gay
No one
when you
ever
were younger?
asked me in high school. No.
Really? Oh.
No.
I got to ask
Everyone
a lot.
just assumed.
Well, Not where I'm from.
But no one. Like I got called a faggot, but I would say no. But no one. After a while,
same.
it just became like that's just who he is.
Yeah.
And no one ever asked me if I was gay. No.
I'd be like,
My
no,
mother
I am
did-
not
my-
gay. I have a girlfriend and her name is Lacey.
My mother did one time when I was like 13 or 14.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to need a reenactment of how that conversation went.
We were having some. She's like, I don't understand you. I just, you know, I can't even understand you. Sometimes I don't know if you're like what you talk about. Sometimes are you gay? And I'm like, no.
Oh God. And that's the worst. I don't think my parents ever asked me that.
Yeah, my mom did one time when I was like 13 or 14. She's like, well, I don't know what to do with you. I'm going to take you to a therapist. which was obviously code for you're
thing.
crazy.
You're crazy. Something's
crazy
wrong with
person.
you. Yes.
I don't know how to understand you. She was trying to do the best she could.
She was.
With raising a child she did not know how to raise.
If I asked my mother to go to therapy when I was in high school, she would have probably sobbed and just, I'm a horrible mother.
No, well, my mother wanted to, and my father wouldn't let her.
Really?
Yeah. My mother wanted to take me to a therapist because she did not understand me.
So she probably still blames him.
Probably because my father said if people found out about it, they'd think he was crazy.
Yeah. Y'all, that's a good segue just to say
things have changed a lot since then.
But somewhere in some places not. So if you're a man, a woman, whatever, and you have a stigma about therapy, y'all, they give it, whether it's BetterHelp or anything.
There's therapy online now, and you can talk to someone and no one will ever know.
No one will ever. That is the beauty of therapy online.
Yeah.
No one will ever
know.
It's
not your
business.
wife, not your husband, not your kids,
and
nobody.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you've got a kid that needs therapy and your spouse doesn't want them to go to therapy, you do therapy in secret.
Well, there you go.
Because
I can't say I disagree with you, but I just enjoy you telling people to betray their spouses.
Yes. Yes.
But no, my father thought if people found out about it, that I would
my
be
dad
labeled.
would have. Yeah.
And you know what? He might be onto something. He was onto something.
Oh, I think he was
people
back
would have
then,
thought. Yeah. But
why does he just go church? Why does he just pray? Why can't Jay Bird just pray?
Preacher.
Talk to Brother Morgan. He'll help Jay Bird.
Need to spend more time in church, that boy.
Ooh, wow.
Anyway, this is part 2 of your tell-all part 3. Happily Ever After. Love is Blind UK is out.
If you have not listened and or watched Love is Blind UK, you're doing. We say this every year because it's been so good, but you're doing it wrong.
So many hot men on that show.
It is. This is
Freddie, Ollie, Tom,
Bobby.
All of them are hot.
You would even maybe suck Sam's dick.
I don't know.
I think you would.
I think he would probably try to tell me he'd never been loved before while I was sucking his dick
before.
No, that would be a compliment to him. He would probably say, "No one's ever given you a dick like this before, right?
Right.
No one's ever let you suck their dick like this,
No
right?
one's ever swallowed my huge, ginormous load like this before." That is what he would say. What an asshole. Anyway, it's really good.
It's wonderful. And the women are great too. We just don't want to bang them.
No, we don't want to bang them. Nicole needs to be saved. But
you know what? I disagree. She needs to have some life experiences that destroy her. Well, sadly, she hasn't had enough yet.
I hope that is it. Because if she has, it ain't a working.
Boy.
No.
I can't believe that's a person who had a marriage.
I know. Yeah.
Y'all, if you don't know what we're talking about, when you watch Nicole, you're like, is this bitch for real?
Yeah.
You'll start to see
She's
it.
that dense. Even Jasmine and the other women are like, girl, please. But they're nicer about it.
I understand the impulse to save her. I understand it, but I think she just needs to fail. She needs to fail hard, and because that's the only way we learn. There's a big impulse about we need to save people and blah blah blah. I get that, but y'all, if you help people have to learn on their own, and rarely do people learn when they've been saved.
That's true. I know. I can't help a poodle. Poodle has to learn on its own.
I have to learn on my own. I have to fall and hurt myself about 8 times before I learn anything.
Yes. You
can't save anyone.
Speaking of, I don't know if you've seen this. I saw it because I follow the account, but then already several sissies have sent it to me. I don't know if you've heard. Big news for us. Big news for, I think, reality gays. I don't know where you're going with this. For queer people, gay people in general, for just America and the world. Liza Minnelli is coming out with a memoir.
Wow. I think you did tell me this.
In spring of 2026.
You were talking about Cher. That was Cher.
Oh,
so we've had
just coming out in 2 parts.
Cher and Liza.
This is a great time to be. If Liza doesn't read this, I'm okay. I need her to read it.
Oh, Liza.
If Liza doesn't read the book, she needs to. I want her to read it. But if she doesn't do her own audiobook, this is my question for you. Which drag queen from Drag Race needs to read as Liza?
You know what? Mateo Lane does a really good Liza.
He does do a good Liza. Yes. Oh, my God. If Liza can't do it, Mateo Lane needs to read.
The comedian.
Liza Minnelli, This is Audible. This book is brought to you, Liza Minnelli, read by Mateo Lane.
When I was younger with Mama would want us to do. I don't do a good Liza.
That's a terrible Liza, but Mateo Lane's is really good. Mama, I love him. Mama. We need to have him on the show just for.
We need to get him on the show.
I don't think he watches 90 Day, but I would just like to have him on the show.
Well, we're talking about different things that maybe don't involve 90 Day to get people on the show. So, I just teased something.
And all 3 of us could sing in our falsetto like women because we're all opera queens.
Yes.
He would love us.
I agree.
He's a delight.
He seems like good people.
Him and Jay Jargon, he's funny too.
And not like a lot of pretentious gays. He kind of gets it. A lot of gay comedians turn out to be a little pretentious or they think they're above it. To go
he's
on
great.
Like
I wanted to go see him on tour, but we were on tour because I wanted to see him.
Yeah, he's been on tour.
Is it Jenny Kirsten that he does stuff with sometimes?
Jessica Kirsten.
She's so fucking funny.
She is. They have a bit where they do both of them do Liza Minnelli to each other. Yeah.
It's so good, y'all. It's so good. Anyway,
Jessica Kirsten, I believe.
We have gone a gay field.
A gay field, yes.
yes.
I was just going to say, I think that's, Oh, one thing I want to say is just because I told one of our mods I would do it. Stop submitting the post. She said, I have about 10 submissions for this a day about I want a man in finance 90 years old or something like that. No living relatives.
This is Poodle.
Yeah, I get it. We've got it. Just stop submitting it to our Facebook group. They said they get 15 submissions. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
we've seen it. It's maybe we'll have to make a like a poodle thread, like we've had to make a Dr. Pepper thread in our Facebook group because there's so many things with Dr. Pepper. I don't know why.
I'm thinking people
send it not to you. People send it to me about poodle. Like I've had like 10 people send it to me. I'm like, I get it. It's really funny though. It is funny.
I like it when you guys send stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was way ahead of the trend of trying to marry oldies and murdering them.
Yeah, I mean, really,
and Nicole Smith started it.
Yeah, really,
or they actually started way back before then, but
way back.
But I was quite closely her acolyte. Anyway, I think we can jump in. Let me go back.
Can we talk about online cheating? Can we talk about online cheating, Rob?
Rob and Sophie, we didn't comment on this, but we did say looks and something up. Rob's outfit, I finally realized what it is. It's like it's a grown-up version of something you would see on like a 5-year-old ring bearer at a wedding.
Yes, and the reason
Like a
that is
southern wedding in the middle of the summer.
it looks like he wore the suit, and it all seems to fit him pretty well, like on the kind of inner parts of it. But then it looks like at the last minute someone said, "You need a jacket with that," and they gave him an old ill-fitting jacket.
The jacket is what's
he
awful.
would look so much better if he just took it off completely.
Well, the vest is a little much.
It's Rob.
Too.
I mean, he is in a boy band after all.
with Josh, but they don't sing. They just lip sync.
They just lip sync. Josh and
Jamal.
Oh boy,
Trace douches.
I
Trace
really
douches.
do have the worst taste in men.
Yep,
I
all
was
of
so
them.
in love with Jamal.
Ding.
But although we both said we would fuck Josh, I said I would fuck Jamal. You said you would fuck Josh, or we both agreed on fucking Josh. Yeah. And I think you at one point said you were interested in fucking Rob, and then that changed. Whereas I never was into Rob.
I don't know if I did. I did say he was attractive.
Gary, roll that tape. I think you did. I think you did because you said he would have a pretty dick.
I did say that, and I stand by this. Every time I see a male, I have to decide would I or would I not fuck them.
Yeah.
And I had to decide with Rob, I'd fuck him when I first saw him.
You did.
And then that went away. And then I couldn't fuck him just because it's not even that I don't respect him. I just feel like he's such a victim that I don't think he'd probably say, "Oh, well, thanks for sucking my dick. It was a great time."
You probably won't ever suck my dick again.
Wish it would have been a little longer, but I get it.
I get it. You're busy.
This is me. This always happens to me.
Boy, and he's in full dick sucking, as you say, form. Let's talk about Rob and Sophie. They are not together.
Are you back together? He says, we're not together, but we're hanging out. And Sean and Ashley Face goes, what the fuck is that? Sean says, so married, separated, and hanging out. It's riddled with judgment.
He is planning on moving back to Los Angeles in a couple of months. Yeah. So that means he's probably already back in LA if that happened.
I think someone like him belongs in Los Angeles.
I think so too.
Take that however you want it to. I've lived here long enough.
Look, he can make a lot. He could make a lot of money being a waiter at Mozza.
He can't be a waiter. That'd be way too high of a stress job for him.
Probably would be, yeah. But he's good looking, and all the waiters are here are good looking.
You actually have to be a good waiter at Mozza. He could work at a coffee shop. Yeah. He couldn't be a waiter.
Possibly, but I don't think he would do well at making the drinks. Sometimes that takes skill.
He would think he was made for better things.
You know what? A host at Chili's. He could do that.
At the Chili's at the LAX airport.
Only the Chili's at the LA airport. Yes, LAX airport.
That's a sad place, by the way. Y'all.
Not an actual Chili's. Not like the one on Ventura Boulevard, but you really have to manage tables.
Chili's 2, TOO.
A host will fuck you up if y'all don't. If a host doesn't know their job. Oh,
they are going to a real Chili's host. You got to know what you're doing.
Got to know what you're doing. God, I want some baby back ribs. All right. I think
so now. Okay. Now we go. They're talking about Sophie doesn't know if she's going, but they said, what do you think, Sophie? And she's like, well, we bring out so much bad traits in each other that I don't think we can make it work at this point. And then I want to be like, why are any of us here?
Why? Yes. And Rob is like, I'm a husband that's been put in the friend zone.
Oh, well. And I went, martyr.
He is a martyr. I agree with you. Why are we here? Because
why are we here?
I think it's a little different with this, whereas I don't know if production is pushing this so much as if when I see Sophie. I forgot who sings it. But you know that song, even though I try, I can't let
In
go.
Vogue.
Oh, that is In Vogue. Thank you.
I think that's In Vogue.
She can't let go. I really do feel like, y'all, Rob is still a narcissist. He's not a great guy. He's shitty to her.
All
And
these things can be true.
we've heard the phone video of him screaming at her, belittling her.
Yep.
And I think now he's way nicer because he's trying to make us forget all that. And at the same time, Sophie is never going to fully break up with this guy or let him go because she's so codependent. She can't.
She can't because she can't fully get rid of anyone who says that they love her, because there's such in her estimation, there's such a small number of people in this world who really love her. Now,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, they talk about intimacy, and Sophie says, "We cuddle and hold hands. I don't do angry sex." And Manuel just like points at Ashley.
and Ashley looks at him at the same time. So I like that they both are like, that's us.
And that's when, y'all, a lot of Sophie's responses, if you could probably clock it, a lot of Sophie's responses to questions and getting questions and almost being grilled a little bit, she starts to get very upset. Her nervous system goes haywire, and she starts kind of speaking word salad.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And she's like, "We have different love languages. I like being told nice things about myself, and here's the give words of affirmation." Brings up the chore letters. She will also bring things up from the far gone past to make herself look better. And I gotta say, I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm saying this. She fought dirty on the tell-all. She brought up stuff that they had talked about, and y'all, you can't have a normal adult fight or disagreement with Sophie.
No, you can't.
I can't believe I feel sorry for Rob, but I kind of do.
Well, there's a point later I want to point out, but before that, y'all, let's talk about Flushgate, shall we?
I think this is one of the stupidest things
when
we have
Ashley yelled,
ever
"If it's yellow, let
about.
it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down." I went, "Where are we now? Where have we gone in this tell-all?"
I thought it was a very normal. It's not that in California we were told to do this to save water for a long time.
Oh yeah.
To not flush your pee, you know. And I think if I was with another person, definitely I would. But I think I don't know if it's your husband. If it bothered, here's what I'm trying to say. If it bothered him and he communicated to Sophie that it bothered me, maybe she's just so out of it, or she's so in a spiral she can't think about it, or she forgets.
She does kind of blame later. She's like, the reason why she didn't flush the toilet is because she was depressed. I'm going to tell you this right now. I actually, in my actual professional opinion, when I was in school, one of the symptoms of depression was not, are they flushing the toilet or not? I'm going to tell you.
Ow. It's really hard to do that. I can't. I don't have the strength. I don't push the toilet handle.
I got on Lexapro, and now I do a sacrifice flush even. Like, no, that is not how it works. It was stupid.
I think a lot of these things are conflated together.
Patrick said it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
When Patrick said, you two have to stop the back and forth and just make a fucking decision.
Yeah. I think talking about the toilet flushing, that's just a symptom. I think it's something we can talk that sounds funny because toilets equal funny. And Rob did say, at the end of the day, I've done everything you asked me to do. Boy, what a great victim-y thing to say.
And he really doesn't.
So what do you think about, they're talking about the sex life clips that they show, and
where he finds out. Go ahead.
And there are clips of Sophie telling Kay that she's hooking up with a woman when she was younger, and Rob, no expression on his face.
Oh, I disagree. I saw like I felt like he looked disappointed.
He tried not to. That was as much as he can do.
Yeah, but you could tell that hurt him
because he straight up asked her. He actually said, "Have you ever?" He said, "Have you hooked up with a woman?" And she changed. We clocked it. We clocked it on their season. She's like, "I never dated a woman," and I went,
lied.
"Oh."
It has nothing to do with Rob. It's her own shame. But I like later on when like Liz or someone says, you lying about that woman at the club is just as bad as her lying about being a lesbian. I laughed and laughed and laughed.
Liz has never been the most delicate,
no,
let's say, person in the cast.
But also, too,
you being a lesbian.
But I was like, no, that is not the same.
No, it's not the same. None of what Rob did, what she keeps trying to conflate is Rob online cheating, and that's trust. And what Sophie was doing, none of it matches. There are no old maid matches here.
No,
they're all these things are breakdowns in the relationship, and it's not a tit for tat kind of thing. And until you get past that, y'all, when you bring up something, if someone brings up something that you do, and you say, "But you do this," unless it's the exact same thing, it's not going to resonate at all. Unless it's the exact same thing, there's no. It even bringing up tit for tat doesn't really help.
I gotta say, it doesn't help. And actually, kind of what I realized is, Sophie's not mad at Rob for what he's done, or she's mad at what the relationship and the marriage didn't do, and that was fix all of her problems.
Yeah,
she thought, if I'm loved, if I get married to someone who loves me, all these insecurities about myself, all this shame that I have,
how depressed I am,
all the issues I have with Narcanning my mother, all of these things are. He always does it, y'all. But I do think she thought that would be the kind of magic bullet that would make everything go away. And I think, yes, there are things to be mad at Rob about. But I would say, I think a lot of people, especially a lot of emotionally stunted people think, if I just get this
will fix me.
If I just have a baby, if we just get married, and this didn't fix everything. And she's actually...
If I just kill my elderly husband.
Yes, they'll fix
Solve
everything.
all my problems.
Poodles learned. It does not.
It doesn't, because of adult children with lawyers.
We had to sneak him in the state of Nevada just to do that live show. But
I play a great corpse.
It never happens that way. And that is, she's mad at herself.
Yeah.
She's mad that she believed that. And so I saw that finally in this time. I went, that's what this is all about. And Rob doesn't get that because he doesn't have the empathy to. There's no way he could ever get that.
It's so funny. I really do believe, like Angela's so far gone, y'all. Angela's a broken person who needs a lot of work just to even function in society. But if I was going to go one more step up to someone who's just not well, Sophie's right there.
Yeah.
She's not well. And she doesn't need to be on any relationship. Probably shouldn't be on reality television, to be honest.
No.
She's a little too,
She definitely shouldn't be with a woman. That's going to even be worse.
Oh, especially but y'all, they bring out Kay. And we already kind of did this. Her saying
heterosexual K. Is that what we're calling her from now on?
I still like. She's like, so look, I don't know. They don't know how to talk to each other. They don't need to be a relationship. They've been trying.
And
what an enabler.
And Sean even finally. That was good when Sean said, "Interesting that you say we."
I'm an empath.
And Sean asked her if she's attracted to her, and that's when she denies it.
Anytime anyone says in that term, I'm an empath.
And did you see Ashley's face when Kay said, I'm 100% straight? And Ashley was like,
Yeah, she's like,
please.
girl. I'm straighter than you, and I've fucked like 10 girls last year.
Yes, I am a lick-a-lot-of-puss dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah. As she said, I feel everything. Like I feel a prescription.
Well, they are from Texas.
No, it's that certain, it's dropping a diphthong, and it's actually a thing. It's less Southern. I see it as a pattern of speech to drop it. I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway,
y'all, men's rights. Nobody cares about Rob.
I loved when he did that. He said, "You're biased because she's your friend. Who will defend Rob? Who will speak for the men? Who will speak for the men? I can't be silent. Someone must speak for the men.
Must be." Who's going to speak for the beautiful man with a beautiful cock and extremely beautiful butthole?
Oh, pristine.
Again, y'all, it winks at you.
Like a mountain meadow. Untouched. Well, it's been touched some.
Oh, it's been touched.
Yeah. So then Rob is talking, and of course Kay interrupts. And the best thing is, y'all, when you interrupt a narcissist, they're going to make such a big deal out of it. The actual furor over, I was just starting to talk. Doesn't anyone want to hear about my important feelings?
My important feelings.
And Ed's like, you're a poison. And I wrote down, there's no one who hates women worse than you on this stage. I don't see how it's possible for you to be with a woman. I don't hate women so much.
Yeah, he really does, because he had that falling. I think he hates his mom a little bit. He can't even admit it.
No, there have been a lot of men who hate women on the show. His is just so deep. It is. Yeah. It's one of the grossest things about him. That's saying a lot. Anyway, so he said things weren't great at home, but Sophie took the easy route. I want to know what you think about this. This is a really interesting. All the cast basically says, yeah, you shouldn't have moved out. You should have stayed there.
They're like, you can't work on things if you move out. They are 100% right. I think there's a difference of leaving for like a week or two, or maybe a month, but for what is it now? 9 months.
I guess my thing is, and maybe this is wrong. I feel like, though, maybe if her nervous system is so shredded that she needs to be out of there so much that she's trying to protect her own sanity and mental state, whatever's left of it.
But it goes, I think that's really fair. But be an adult, and also don't string, because in a way it's stringing Rob along. And Rob is probably scared to break up with her, because we saw every time he tries to do it, he gets sobbing in the rain. Sophie, who it's almost like she's going to kill herself or something.
Exactly.
Like she's so distraught. It scares him.
It scares me. Yeah. It scares me when I see her. Yeah. She's not well. She's not well.
She's not.
And then we show clips.
We get the birthday footage
of the bottle service girl, who that's her job to do. Let's not forget that.
Let's not forget that. I mean, she went a little step further, but that is her job. Sophie's face looked like like she had been sucking a dick, and the guy didn't shake it enough, and a little bit of pee came out and just fell on the top of her lip, and she's just
that sounds personal experience. Sounds like personal experience.
Not familiar. Not familiar.
Yeah, y'all. She's making that. Men listening, if you just peed, give a wipe. Give a courtesy wipe.
Oh yeah, especially if you're going to do anything like that.
Yeah, go back. Give a courtesy wipe with your penis.
I'm not, unless y'all are into golden showers. I am not.
Also, I'm going to say this out there for the straight men listening and for the gay men if you're doing this. If you're going to do if you have an idea about you're doing any type of play, wash your fucking dick. Wash your goddamn dick.
I did not expect this. I did not
Wash your
expect
dick. Wash it.
Who doesn't wash their dick? Have you had a lot of instances
Let's just say this.
Well, if you're fucking someone at Griffith Park out in the field, Poodle,
No.
they're not gonna have time.
I'm talking about you've already agreed that you're going to have sex.
Well, some people are into that. I'm not, but some people like a smelly.
No, but you've talked about it beforehand. You've talked about if you like a smelly dick, you've talked about it beforehand.
Yeah,
but there are some who you agree there's plenty of time to shower or a quick little horse bath right in the sink. Wash your dick, gentlemen.
I don't want that dick I'm sucking to remind me of the charcuterie I just had last night.
It's not even a circumcision issue. It's actually
I just meant like cheesy,
uncut.
Yeah, no,
doesn't
it's
matter.
not that.
It is
and the
washing
balls.
your dick,
the dick, the balls, the groin. This has been
public service.
This has been a PS gay.
Dum bum bum bum. Wash your dick.
Yeah. Where are we?
Going?
I don't know where we.
So he says, "This is the thing.
We're stupid."
One of my favorite things here is that Rob says, "Look, I went back in the club. She told me I could do what I wanted, but I didn't do anything." And this is when Rob thinks he needs some type of trophy or award for not doing anything when it was so easy.
And like Judas and Christ, he didn't, or is it not? It's Paul. Paul is the one who denied Christ 3 times. Is it
Peter.
John? Peter. I knew it was Peter. Yeah.
Boy, you know nothing
about the
New
Bible.
Testament.
Nothing. But Jasmine talks about this later when it all ends, and she's right. He should have said, "I am married," not "it's complicated."
Yeah.
Because when someone says it's complicated, and believe me, I'm not naming anybody on this podcast who uses that phrase a lot, but most people assume you're not married when you say it's complicated.
That's true. It's usually I've got a situation because someone's tied up in the back, and I've got 4 other marriage scams I'm working on. That's complicated.
That's complicated.
That takes at least 7 hours of my day working on those.
Yeah. Rob is saying she told me to go fuck someone else. It's not like I did anything wrong. She told me 10 times.
Which I totally believe.
And she says, and then we find out she's like, you swore to me you didn't get details. He's like, I didn't. She's like, I've seen that bitch on Instagram. And everyone goes, oh. Again, Lauren's face. Oh.
Lauren's face. Emily's tongue hanging out of her mouth. Ashley gasping.
I need Lauren with this face.
She's got great look.
She has great drag queen looks. I need her to next tell all to have a glass with a straw in it, just because I think she would get good drag queen straw. Just I think she's great.
Basically, what Sophie does the rest of her segment, pretty much her whole segment, is makes, instead of talking about what she, it's all defensive and it's all things that were Rob's fault. She takes no accountability at all.
They both really don't, honestly, because Rob says, well, I tried to do, but he doesn't take the accountability. He just says.
Rob says it, but it kind of sounds accountable, but it's really not.
And Sophie kind of is trying to put words to that. Like, you always spin everything to make you look good. And she's right. He does do that. He will always do that.
Anyway, y'all, Sean says, are you committed to this relationship? We're going to make it work. And Sophie says, we're not good together. And Rob says,
okay, say no. That
was hysterical. And Rob says, I've been willing to try as long as she was, and if not, it is what it is, because now that she said we're over, I guess I can stop. But guess what, y'all?
Yep.
They have never tried therapy.
Never. And he doesn't want to be a bad guy because I want to say, Rob, just say you're fucking done.
That is the kind of his big Achilles heel. He doesn't want to be that guy.
He doesn't want to be that. He doesn't want, because remember, y'all, this guy has no backbone. He's spineless. So he never stands up for himself. He doesn't say, it's weird. He is like this vulnerable narcissist, but he never, in this narcissism, he always has to passive aggressively make you feel bad. So that way you'll adore him.
This is a nightmare of a guy to be in a relationship with. An absolute nightmare.
And Jasmine even brings,
you won't know it until you're in it.
Till you're in it. I will say that you. Ugh. That's honestly.
Sneak up on you.
If you've never been with a narcissist before, someone. My therapist told me that, and that was they talked about like a lot of times you don't know it. Dr. Romani talks about you don't know it until you're in it for a while, especially with this kind of because he's not a narcissist, not like my Uncle Andy, who was just like I'm the smartest man in the world. Right. That we see easier, but Rob, it's hard to see because you probably think, oh, he's listening. Yeah. He says, but it's y'all hold people accountable for their actions, not their words. Yeah. And she's trying to do that. She just can't talk to it. As
Sean says, that's the end of day 2. I guess the shot clock went off. And then Sophie and Rob bitch at each other.
Mm-hmm. And they just start fighting.
And
you've been fucking calculating. You've been fucking calculating.
And that's when she says, "Is divorce possible after a day?" She's like, "Yes." And so
they're all leaving. Yeah.
Yeah. And so everyone's leaving. We're going back to the man's.
Jasmine does say she's like, "I don't buy his shit." Yeah. And Sophie's like, "He lost the attention." And Rob is like. Rob said, look, it took months and months for me to get there. And he said, I agree. It doesn't look great what I did in that club. And Emily, as she takes about it, it's like, it does not look good. It was so funny.
I will say the people who've been on Pillow Talk kind of have an idea how to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've been doing it. I guarantee you, as soon as Manuel learns more English, Ashley and Manuel are going to be great on Pillow Talk.
Oh, he's got to be on it.
Yeah. Because there's no one really with her family who could make that work. I was going to say they could do Ashley and someone else, but Ashley would be great.
I do think that Sophie's like, I thought Jasmine, I didn't like her. I thought she was batshit crazy. Turns out she's really cool. I think I like her more than anyone.
You know why? Because she validated her, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Sadly. So we're back at the manse, and Ed's making drinks because the focus wasn't on him today.
I love Rob, and I don't believe Sophie. How brave.
Men's rights now.
Men.
When do we want them?
Now.
So then we in the car.
He's going to be on the single life, and we're going to have to cover that.
In the car. They're talking about Thais and Rob and Sophie. And Patrick says, "Yeah, you've left stuff in the toilet." And Thais is like, "Are you serious? You pooped all over the toilet before. His butt's too big."
And Patrick said, "I did kind of blow it up."
They did charge us $250 for blowing it up an Airbnb toilet.
He blew up this. Because he probably took an extra shot of whey protein and creatine that day. Yeah. He blew up a toilet so bad.
He coated the inside of that toilet.
The woman from Airbnb called him and said, "Bitch, you blew up my toilet with your shit."
They had to have a hazmat crew come fix it.
I just imagined him as the male version of Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaid when she's just shitting in that sink.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah. I've never laughed so hard during that segment of that movie.
We do this weird thing of checking the toilet, and I'm like, I understand why it's funny to do it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know why we should make fun of her for it, or I don't know. It wasn't funny to me, and I don't know. I think I'm over some of these people. And it just feels a little like we're gonna gang up on someone who's not here. It's my Libra mentality too.
We get it.
Yeah,
they're waiting for some
time. The hot tub.
Yeah, I think we're there for the hot tub. Gino and Jasmine are kind of kissing again. We should see that. Kobe and Emily both do talk to Patrick, and they're like, "You need to protect your partner, Patrick. Stand up for Thais." I think that's important to say because they said this, and then we see them all in again. As I called it last episode, the real life imagining of Stone Soup here.
There are too many people in this hot tub.
We used to have
a porn that we sold all the time at the gay bookstore called Too Many Boys.
What?
It was called Too Many Boys.
What is that? But too many boys for what?
I don't know. I would always make up things for the porn. It's like, oh my God, what have we done? There's just too many boys. We have too many boys in this house. Too many boys.
Too many boys.
It was one that we used to sell a lot of. Now, they weren't actual boys. They were just twinks who looked like boys.
Oh, yeah. They looked like Bellamy people.
It was very Bellamy, but it was a porn called Too Many Boys. And I'm like, sir, we're running out of supplies. There's just too many boys.
Too many boys.
They're coming from everywhere. The boys are flowing out of the windows, sir. Too many boys. I used to scream that, and there was one called "Fuck Me in the Dumper."
Okay, all right. No, that's not. This isn't real. This isn't real.
No, they were budget. They were budget items.
No, I've got to Google this. Gay, because we're remote today. Gay porn. Fuck me in the dumper.
Dumper.
Yeah, that's not going to give me the title.
These were bad European ones.
Yeah, I'm just getting cum dump. So
another classic.
What that is alluding to. Yeah.
Anyway, but I'm going to write this ship. So we're in the hot tub. And
in the dumper.
And then John comes in, and one guy actually had the title quote. He's like, "Fuck me in the dumper, man."
Wow.
Because sometimes we had to screen. We late at night. Sometimes we would screen them.
Someone mistakenly is doing carpool right now, and their children children listening. I hope someone's at a Chick-fil-A drive-through right now. Oh God,
going too many boys.
I hope somebody gets reality gayed so hard right now.
I'm telling you, the names we came up with when they were really good. So anyway, John shows up. Because, of course, with a big bottle of variety pack of beer.
He's got a pack of beer. Yeah.
So everyone's coming into the hot tub. Just know that Ed, for some reason, is getting a little drunk and said, "None of one of you motherfuckers came to my defense." And I was like, who were we talking about? Was it Kay? Or
no, he's talking about I think he's still talking about his. Oh, actually, that's a good point because his tell-all where they fought was like the day before.
Right. I don't know who he's talking about. And y'all, Thais goes, "Don't call me that. You're the motherfucker. Splash, splash."
Well, Thais called him. She said, "Why do you always attack women? Why?"
Yes. I love that.
Thank you for saying what was in, because now it's been said and it's on camera and it's not just us screaming in this void. We see it. They see it.
He's going to go for the women always first.
Always. He
hates them. He hates them because
even though he was like, "Do you have any cute sisters, Thais?" Oh, God.
Yeah. They would run from you screaming. And not because of the way you look, just because of who you are.
So Ashley's talking to Rob, and she's like, "Rob, how are you feeling about all this?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." And at the same time, Sophie comes out, and that kind of ends the conversation. But for a little bit, because Thais fights, and then she leaves with Patrick. I bring this up because we talked about this earlier. Patrick didn't fucking take up for her.
No, he did not.
He
did not.
I'm like, Patrick.
I was surprised about that.
Ed is being a fucking dick to your wife.
And you know you could take him.
Yeah. Put Ed in his fucking place.
Yeah, that was pretty egregious.
You know what? I bet John would have.
Oh yeah. So John shows up, and Gino and Jasmine are talking to John, which I bet is a really fun trio. And like, look, the Hat brothers, Gino says, and Jasmine says, "Oh, you're bald, and you're okay with it? You need to talk to Gino."
You need to talk to Gino. Yes, maybe get rid of that Pat.
It's so good. And anyway, Kobe is talking to John, saying, "Thais is your family now, y'all. We rehashed this. They basically." They ask, "Have you guys ever hugged?" Kobe is saying, and they were like, "We don't do that." And Manuel says, "Look, he's your brother, she's your sister. Respect." He's also either a couple sheets to the wind at this point.
He's full on drunk. So John goes over, they kind of hug, and he says, "I'm willing to give it a chance.
You're fine."
And they said, "Hug and make up." And Ty said, "I hugged him already." What? And then she walks out of the room. It was great.
I got to say, the person I did not expect to make a good showing was Thais. And she's
great. What did you think of this quote from Liz? Let me get it all out because there's a bit of it. Look,
I know what it's going to be.
You know, like you both are like the hottest fucking people here. You, Rob and Sophie. And
she's
you know
already ripped as well.
I think you guys out of everybody are the one that have the chance to make it work. Y'all, that tells you.
A lot of people think your friend's a homewrecker.
Now, that was great. When she said, "Kay, people's homewrecker." But I want to go to the fact that Liz thinks that Rob and Sophie have the best chance tells you everything.
She knows nothing.
Because she was with another narcissist. Yep. And she still can't see it in that.
Yep.
Or she thinks it wasn't as bad as Ed.
Then
also,
we bring up...
where's her boyfriend? He was there all the first night.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Hopefully.
Rob is just like laying down, just so done with everything. Mm-hmm. And then Sophie's talking about a voice note from it's interesting. It doesn't matter how long ago things were litigated. It still feels like it's right now.
It does.
And, and this, I want to bring this up because they start yelling at each other. Jasmine comes over and I don't know if you saw this. Jasmine gets right in between them. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the most beautiful gestures of saying, "I'm almost going to sacrifice my own comfortability here so you two don't scream at one another." And she says, "Don't yell at each other. You're so close." And it was such a kind gesture. It almost made me tear up.
Oh, earthquake. I felt it. We just had a little earthquake.
Oh, I didn't feel it.
I totally just felt. Are we going to
I never feel anything.
It's because your ass is numb from the bottom down.
Oh, I didn't feel it. That's so weird.
We just had a little one. It's so weird when we were talking like 30 minutes ago, and I was thinking, okay, if another earthquake comes, I'm going to get under my desk. I am earthquake psychic.
You always are expecting the worst, though.
Don't you call out my mother's voice in my head, you bitch.
I did not feel that at all.
I think, and my phone was off, so my Shake app wasn't working. Oh, well.
My Shake app has never told me anything.
It never tells me anything.
The only last thing I've just, that we have receipts is Sophie says, "I've got receipts," and Rob says, "Pull up the receipts." And y'all, that's the end of this tell-all. We've got two more of these. We've still got Ashley and Manuel. We've still got probably more. We got Alexi and Lauren. Mm-hmm. Probably got more Ed and Liz.
Yep.
Probably got more Gino and Jasmine. We'll see.
We had
another earthquake.
I think we did. I really felt it. So
Let's see.
I don't know.
Here, you do the end of it. I'll look.
All right, everybody. You know the deal. So we've got a lot going on this week. We've got Love is Blind UK. We've got also we've got Toe, which is going strong, and woo, y'all. I mean, again, we're trying to decide. Be sure to listen to Toe because you can help us decide what face is James wearing today because we never can figure it out. The many faces of James.
There's at least 6.
There's at least 6, yes.
People have started to comment on it, and it's starting to become something that I thought I was alone in this, but people are saying it's giving lesbian aunt. It's giving, I said Northampton field hockey player. Close.
All right, everybody. You know the deal. Patreon.com/realitygaze. Everybody, that's where you can get us on Patreon or realitygaze.supercast.com or on Apple subscriptions. You can listen to this show commercial free for your pleasure on the $8 tier. And we're going to be doing a YouTube live for 1 hour this week for our $15 tier people.
Not this week, this month.
Or not this month because we forgot it last month. Yep. So we're going to be doing
that.
A
lot going on.
It's going to be a good one because it's going to be the Sunday after I come back from Provincetown. So I'm probably going to have some stories, y'all. Ooh. So
please,
all right.
Please take your doxy and just leave whatever's there.
Oh yeah, I'll just probably have to take it all. All right, everybody. That's the show this week. Thank you so much. Enjoy Love is Blind. We're excited. The next batch is going to be 5 episodes of Love is Blind UK dropping on Wednesday night at midnight, and our episodes will drop on Thursday at midnight. So if we don't respond to you this week on social media about things, might be a little bit
because we're doing 5 extra podcast episodes.
You're doing 12 shows this week.
It's a very, very busy time to be a trash podcaster.
It really is. Thank you so much for the trash. All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Until then, remember, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poodle?
Yes. And if you are straight as an arrow, but you're just really want to watch the blue is the warmest color with your best friend. Straight. With your husky. Call us.